Hey, what's up, guys? So, cool project kind of today. I filmed a bunch of crap earlier in the week, and none of it saved for some reason. My whole camera jacked up. All the shots were all stuttery and stuff, so I didn't want to try and upload that because it looked stupid. It looked terrible. But what I went over was I got a planer, a rigid planer from work, and I've been wanting one for a long time now because I have a bunch of these old... a bunch of these samples from work that were going to be thrown away, so I acquired them. They're free samples that anybody could have, but we were just getting rid of them because we're changing some stuff. Either way, there's neither here nor there, but it works pretty well. Let's see. Here's one I've messed with on the lathe, but it was 3/4 of an inch. See? And this is 1/2 inch now. And that's because of this thing. And I'll show it in a second. One of the things I ran into was the fact that it has a blower on it to get rid of all the shavings. And didn't realize how much power was on that until I turned it on and it pushed the first piece through and it shot sawdust and shavings against the wall behind you. And it was not fun to clean up. And in fact, it's still not clean up totally, but there's a bunch of it. So what I ended up doing, and I'll show you here in a second, but I had to build kind of a dust collection system. Something that could catch the shavings and make it not shoot everywhere. And I made a temporary one, and it works really well, so the proof of concept is there, and it works. And that's what the video was going to be about early in the week, but it didn't get, like I said, didn't get put up. But I'll show you that, and then I'll show you the stuff that I've got to make the new one, and in the process of doing that. So let's go take a look at that fun stuff. I need water. Alright, so this is the planer, and so I'm going to have to do this by hand here. But, I mean, if anybody knows what that is, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. All it is it planes things, and it shouldn't take things down. I think this one can go as deep as 1/8 of an inch with the blades, so that's a pretty cool feature, but you don't want to go anything deeper than that. I might show some like fast images of me putting some more of the samples that I have left down in there through it, but that'll come later. But so we'll walk around the back here. So this is the blower. Pretty much the exhaust of the machine and everything. So see, it comes through here, and it gets sucked up, pushed out through this nozzle here, and then I took this off and took it to Home Depot with me and found this whatever, it's a 2-inch piece, and it's a rubber fitting for a drain system, and then that's just a 2-inch piece of PVC pipe. So now my original plan was, and this is where I was not thinking, was to go directly from this into a bucket. And that was before I realized how strong the air actually comes out of this stupid thing. Because it was down in the bucket. Shavings hit the bottom of the bucket. Shavings got pushed out of the bucket because the amount of air that was rushing through it. So then I realized, okay, so I've got to create something that'll work. And you can kind of see it going into a box. So what I did was I made something that would work. I made a box with an air filter in it. All right, so let's take a look at this thing. So yeah, it's the box it came in. So what ran through my mind was I knew I needed to basically make the same thing I had with the bucket, but have a closed system that would let air go through without letting the shavings go through, so it wouldn't just fill up with air and then explode. So I had an old air filter from when I had changed out in the house, and shoved it inside the box because it looked like it was the right size and it fit super well, like uncannily well. So I was like, okay, so I cut a hole in the box, well, a square hole in the box, and from the inside I taped around the edges of the filter. It is not the most pretty thing in the world, but it works. And I'll show what's inside of it because it has been working. There's a lot of shavings in here. So this was no real problem. It was just, I could cut a hole, and that's what I did. Just marked it out with a Sharpie and cut a hole right through there. I I wanted to see how well it works, so I actually cut a piece of cardboard out and taped it with some clear tape. That quickly got covered with sawdust because I didn't tape the other side like I thought I should have, and you know, well, whatever. So let's open it up. See right there? Oh gosh, it's a lot more than I thought. But as you can see here, the actual filter has caught a lot of these, and a lot of dust, and a lot of sawdust. So that's another cool part of this, is the filters will actually catch the sawdust and keep all the crap inside of the container we're going to be using. So out with the old and in with the new, and we'll see that in a second. All right, so this is my new setup. It's not much yet. So I got this 20-gallon trash can, so it's going to be a lot easier to dispose of the shavings later. And plus, being able to open up the lid instead of having to cut the tape and reseal the tape. And anything made with just tape is probably not the best thing anyway. But it's going to make cleaning it out a lot easier. These are some disposable air filters. They're really not the best ones. They're going to let a lot of air flow through, but they should catch the sawdust, which is what I need. What I'm going to do is I'll be able to cut these out along the grid, use some tape just to do the edges and make sure they don't fray apart. And then I'm going to cut some little openings here, little windows almost, and then tape them from the inside just to let the air flow out. And like I said, it doesn't have to be, I mean, it will be a tight seal, and because the tape is coming from the inside, it'll be, there's no, all the air pressure will be pushing against the tape. And so it will only make it a stronger bond over time, even though it's not a lot of air pressure. The thing about this is some 3-inch tubing. And these are two 45 connectors. What I was running into a problem with this setup was it worked great. It worked really well, but this 90 degree was too sharp. What it ended up doing was it caused a buildup here in the little crook here. And all that did was start shooting shavings back out at me when I was putting pieces through the machine. So what I've got here is a 2-inch to 3-inch coupler. And I had to go with these because when you take this pipe band off, it actually can fit around that fitting. And then I can just tighten it down to that. So what I'm going to do is put that on first. Have an exhaust piece about maybe 4 or 5 inches come off. And then have my first 45-degree angle so that the shavings can go down at a gradual slope. It'll come down maybe another 6 inches, go at the other 45, and then the final 6 or 8 down into the top of this, which I'm going to be cutting a hole in soon. Alright, so the first step is going to be cutting the hole out. And luckily for me, I've got some really crappy X-Acto knives that should, I mean, they're crappy, but they're sharp, so should work. Hopefully. I don't know. Where's my Sharpie? Oh, black lid, black Sharpie. This should work. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I kind of want it to be. I'm not using anything to measure, so yeah. Oh, hey, you know what? You can see that. Well, I can see it pretty well. Oh! Hey! That only took 7 years. That is a brick. Crap. Ah, see, that's what I wanted. Alright, Gorilla Tape, you better be good, because that's annoying to me, and that shouldn't have happened. But that's about as tight as I want it, and look at that! That's pretty nice and round. Dang, this took 11 minutes? Oh gosh! Oh man. Well, at least for you it wasn't 11 minutes, it's gonna be like... Gosh, it's not gonna be 11 minutes. No, it's not gonna be 11 minutes for you. So what I want to do is I think with just one exhaust port, I should be fine. I mean, the amount of air it puts out is it is a lot. But I want to see how much I can do with just one exhaust port, with it being pretty big. I mean, if it looks like I might need to do it some more, I will. What I plan on is using, I want to use the whole length of one piece that I just cut this off, and just to see how well it would work. So what I want to use is the full piece, basically. See right here, it's when it's put on, it ends up being about 2 inches from either handle, which works out pretty well for me. The only thing is I'll probably have to cut it down a little bit because there's this little ridge right here that won't seal properly. So what I plan on doing is taking a box. I don't know how well you can see it there in the camera, but it starts from here, goes all the way over and ends right here. So I'm going to be cutting that out and cutting this so it will fit in this little lip here. Actually, that lip on the inside is lower than this lip. No, it's not. Anyway, I'm going to make it so it fits on that lip, and should have something cool going. So instead of making you watch me cut the whole thing and piece it together, that's my 3-inch pipe. Glad we got that over with. Other than that, I finished with the trash can. So now I've got the lid's got some tape on it, kind of like a very minimal gasket. But there's the filter inside of the trash can. I can't push it out because of the tape that's inside, and it's holding it tight. So next part will be assembly, and then I'll try turning it on and see how it works. I'm going to show that air is coming out of this little piece here. A makeshift indicator. See, it's not blowing right now. I mean, it's extended out, but yeah, you can see that. Okay, cool. So let's see how it does when it turns on. So when I looked at this, it was blowing it. So let's open it up and see what we've got. Moment of truth. Oh yeah. See that? it has coated that exit part. I think we've got a winner. And there we go. Whew. Lot of stack electricity. All right, let's check this one out. That is so awesome. All right, well, it might not look pretty, but boy, it works. I mean, of course, look, I'm tickled with this. I think it is awesome. This filter, I don't know how long it's going to really last, but it's not. I've got 3 of those things. They weren't expensive. I mean, it's like $3. Some really good tinder right here. That stuff's dry. I wonder if I could do anything cool with that. I'm going to just go take some allergy medication. Yeah, I like doing woodworking, but golly, is it annoying that when you have allergic reactions to the darn sawdust. But, I mean, I'm really happy with it. I mean, if anybody's got, suggestions or something like that, that might, I don't have a lot of people watching these, but I know. I'll take suggestions. See, maybe I can come up with something a little bit better than this. I mean, I know I could, but this was a cheap solution. I didn't want to do a lot of building, to be honest, this time. And I just wanted something that would work, and this works, like, really well. It's easy to open, it's easy to clean. I don't know, other than that, I gotta clean my garage really bad. I hope I'm in frame. What do you think about that? I'm in frame, fine. But that's that. I mean, there you go. I'm so happy that works.